All right, this is a video of When You Were Everything by Ashley Woodfolk. What I'll do here is I'll videotape this, and when I find words that I think might be confusing, I'll put a little line under them. I'll explain the word or the idea, and I encourage you to read along with me. Well, many students who struggle to read or don't enjoy reading, many times it's because they don't know the words on the page. However, they might know the words when they hear them. So by watching and reading at the same time, if you find a new word and you know it by hearing it, then you'll know it by seeing it, and that can make all the difference. So let's get started with page 3. What's past is prologue. Now, a prologue is a piece of writing that comes before a major piece of writing, or like a textbook or a book. Now, the prologue's purpose is to give some background information that will help you understand what's going on. So this is about when your past is prologue, or it gives you information about what's going on in the present. Everything feels like a memory in a city when it snows. It goes all blurry around its edges, like even as it's happening, it's already an old photograph. The whole world seems softer, gentler, quieter. And when New York is the city where it's snowing, it's more like the version that's suspended in my snow globe collection, where everything about it appears to be small and clean and pretty, and where anything feels possible. Now, the snow globe, it's a glass toy, it's a glass ball with liquid inside of it, and maybe they'll put a picture of a building or of a city, and then in the liquid inside the glass ball, they put little white pieces of plastic. And if you shake the ball, then the little white plastic floats around like it's snowing. So it's called a snow globe, a globe for ball, and the white plastic acts as snow. And a collection of them, they're collectible toys. You might get a bunch of them. Maybe go visit a place and you buy one from each place that you visit. So she has a snow globe collection. It's a toy model of New York. So in that model, everything is clean and pretty and anything feels possible. I climb the 66 slippery stairs that lead to the Manhattan-bound platform at the subway station closest to my family's Brooklyn apartment, looking down at my floral combat boots and humming along with the Nina Simone song swimming through my headphones. And for a moment, I feel happy. So she's climbing the stairs to a subway station, and the train is heading toward Manhattan. It's Manhattan-bound, it means it's heading toward Manhattan. But the snowing morning is making me nostalgic for something I can't name. Nostalgia means that you're thinking about something and wishing that it's from your past and wishing that you still had it. But the snowing morning is making me wish for something in the past that she cannot name, for a place or a moment that doesn't really exist. I think of the past, but also of the new beginnings, bright with possibility. I can't help but think of Shakespeare, my favorite writer, whose stories are old, but somehow still so right. My mind keeps spinning to friendship. She keeps thinking about friendship. I haven't spoken to my best friend, Layla, in 27 days, but the snow is making everything feel a little less real. Even that. As I look out at the blurry city, I embrace the illusion or false idea that everything is fine because it's snowing. And in the snow, I can pretend that the sad things in my life are just dreams that I've misremembered or I'm remembering poorly. Maybe it's the weather, maybe the song, but I hear Gigi's voice in my head. My grandmother's been gone for 4 years now, so grandmother is Gigi, but memories of her still hit me in waves. Today is the day your life changes, little bird, I hear her say. Today things can be different and new and maybe even better. But then my wintry sound-tracked, semi-perfect bubble bursts when I slip on the platform. And as I slam into the ground, the harsh truth of my own reality lands heavily right on top of me. Dang, girl, are you all right? Oh my God, is she okay? Everybody, back up. Give them some room. Pull her up, pull her up. About 8 arms reach for me all at once. My left earbud has fallen out, but my right one is still tucked into the curve of my ear so that I hear the screech of trains entering and exiting the station and everyone's concern on one side, and, now that the Nina song is over, Louis Armstrong singing What a Wonderful World on the other. A little kid hands me my glasses, scuffed but unbroken, and a woman wearing a hijab, hipster glasses, and bright red lipstick digs through her backpack and offers me a Band-Aid without taking out her own earbuds. Thanks, I say to the kid and all the other strangers, because it's times like these when I really don't get or understand why New Yorkers have such a bad reputation. When stuff goes down, they're there for you. Once I'm upright, I tuck the other earbud back into my ear so I'm drowning in sound again, just the way I like it, and take stock of my unfortunate situation. The leggings I'm wearing under my uniform skirt are ripped, and one of my knees is scraped and bleeding a little. And worse, I see that my shoe is untied. I don't know if the rogue lace is the reason for my fall, but with my luck, it probably is. Rogue means to not be behaving or following the rules. So this shoelace is supposed to be tied, but since it's not tied, maybe she tripped on it and forced herself to trip and fall. Totally avoidable and all my fault is kind of my brand. This means it's kind of normal for her. People are still staring at me, and I feel my chin wobble, an embarrassed rage cry in the making. But then a garbled or difficult to understand announcement that no one understands peals or rings or is spoken through the station. What? A dude with a handlebar mustache says to no one in particular. What did it say? There's some kind of delay and everyone groans. A dozen hands pull out a dozen phones. And just like that, no one cares about me anymore. This is why I both love and hate New York. In a city like this one, it's easy to fade into the background, but it's also inevitable or unavoidable that at some point, by someone, you will be overlooked or ignored or completely forgotten. And that's when it hits me, the way it always does, the fact that I'm alone, the fact that Layla is really lost to me, the unshakable certainty that we are never going to be friends again. It's just like it was, just like it still is with Gigi, her grandmother. I can forget about her for hours or even whole days, and then the truth rushes back like a brush fire, burning me from the inside out. That person you loved, they're gone. Gigi taught me to pay attention when the world is trying to tell me something. So for a second I allow myself to look and listen, to notice the world around me. But inevitably, that leads to noticing my utter or complete aloneness, and to thinking of every ugly thing I've done that has led to this moment. I limp over to the closest bench. A limp is when you can't walk normally and you might favor one side or the other. I pull out my water bottle and squirt a little of its contents over my bleeding knee. And instead of taking in the world the way I know Gigi would have wanted, I sulk. To sulk is to sit and think about how badly things are going for you. There's a line in The Tempest about the past being prologue to everything that comes after, and I can't help but remember it as memories of Layla fill my head. The thing I didn't realize about having a best friend, while I still had one, is just how wrapped up or involved she is in everything I do. Every outfit I wear or song I listen to, every place I go. Losing someone can leave you haunted, This word means that, when someone dies, some people believe that there's a ghost or their spirit remains, and those spirits can stick around, stay in one place, and then they can interact with the people still in this world. And if they do so in a way that scares a person, that's called haunting. To haunt someone is when a spirit scares someone. So what she's saying is that her friend is haunting her because, while her friend is gone, her memory is still around in everything she sees. I look up through the lens of still falling snow, feeling the familiar burn of tears forcing their way to the surface. The Louis Armstrong song that reminds me too much of the day I met her is still pouring into my ears. I swallow hard and yank or pull out my earbuds. I push the tears back down. I'm sick of crying every time I see or hear or feel something that reminds me of her. But before I can move on, I have to shake off the weight of my past, of our past. I need to rewrite our prologue before it destroys me. So that's exactly what I'm going to do.